Wild About the Zoo is presented by the Hutchinson News in partnership with the Hutchinson Zoo.
Hi, welcome to a special on-location episode of Wild About the Zoo. I'm Adam Stewart with the Hutchinson News, and I'm with Ryan Van Zant and Molly Foster.
Alrighty, well, we're about to move our brown-banded bamboo shark into his new enclosure habitat here. 400 gallons of pure ocean. He's been living in our gift shop where he actually hatched out of an egg. These sharks actually lay a type of egg. They're a reef shark, so they lay the eggs down in the rocks and the eggs kind of blend in and hatch over time. Another name for him is called a mermaid purse, which is kind of interesting to me. But this type of shark doesn't get very big, so this size tank will support this guy for quite a while. He was again born in our gift shop in a smaller tank, still a pretty good sized one, but we're getting him acclimated to the water in this tank. So we've got a drip line right here that's been going for a couple of hours now to bring the water from this tank into here to mix them together, and I think it's just about time that we move this little guy into his new home.
Okay. While you're doing that, I might have a few questions.
Sure.
As a shark, I assume it's a predator. What kinds of prey does it eat?
Sure, this guy is a predator, but they're mainly eating snails and shrimps. They will eat fish on occasion, but their primary food is those smaller invertebrates is what these sharks like to eat. So, alrighty, we've got him here, and here we go. Just slip him right into his new home. Looks good in there.
And he was quick to find a spot on the bottom.
This type of shark is not like other sharks where other types of sharks have to swim in order to keep water moving across their gills. This type of shark, being that he's from a reef environment, he uses his fins more to walk along the bottom. They don't have to keep moving like other species of shark. And it's kind of interesting with these guys, being that they're in the reef, when the tide goes out, if you're in the wrong spot, you could be trapped above the water. So these sharks can actually live for quite a while outside of the water, waiting for that tide to come back in. So they're very well adapted for that space that they live in the wild.
I think I see him kind of walking around with his fins.
Sure, yep, that's what it definitely looks that way. They can swim like a typical shark, jaws coming through the tank, but they spend a lot of their time using these fins to walk around, check every crevice, looking for shrimps. And as he grows older, you can see that kind of striking black and white pattern on him there. It's probably a form of camouflage when they're young, but as he grows bigger, he'll turn mostly gray, and he'll look more like what you stereotypically would think of a shark looking like.
How did the zoo get this shark?
So we got him from a captive breeding situation, and we actually got the egg here. So the egg was actually shipped in a container very similar to the styrofoam container, and he incubated in our little mini reef in the gift shop for about 6 or 8 weeks before he hatched. And they can take up to 4 months before they develop. The egg was kind of semi-clear too, so you could come through our gift shop at that time and you could actually see him developing inside of the egg. It was a pretty neat ordeal. This particular species of shark it's threatened out in the wild, it's not endangered, but sharks in general, because of fishing trade and unsustainable fishing practices, sharks and rays are disappearing very quickly in the wild. So that's why they're highlighted as a safe species, and that's why here at the Hutchinson Zoo we wanted to focus on an animal that can be or was sustainably bred in the care of humans, so it didn't come from the ocean and didn't affect the wild shark populations, but still can be an ambassador for his species, allow the residents of Hutchinson and the surrounding area and those who come into this area to be able to see why sharks are so neat, up close and personable. You know, they're not the deadly killers that, you know, some movies and things have led us to believe. They actually perform a very important function out in the wild as a top-level predator, but also very, very important in that whole circle of life.
Thank you very much. This has been Wild About the Zoo.